Good morning, everyone. I should say good afternoon. It is Jackie again, and I am doing a little makeup tutorial for you. And I'm going to talk a little bit about my newfound family that I was mentioning the other day. You may have seen the message from my brother. Um, I started off with this eye cream here. This is by Global Beauty Care. I put the eye cream on. This is what you see on my little shiny face. I have the Aqua Hydro Boost. I sprayed that on. And I have the Juvia's Place lip balm in mango. I also put on something old school, Ultima 2 Glotion in a medium shade. Medium. And now I'm getting ready to do a little bit of makeup, a little makeup beat. And we're going to talk a little bit about what's been going on. Would you believe yesterday, my neighbor called the animal services on my cat. She's on some campaign, some hate campaign. The weird thing about it is she happens to be my dad's cousin. Yeah, she's my dad's cousin, but she makes my life hell over here. She doesn't have to worry. I won't be here much longer. I'm really not. But she doesn't know that, so I guess she's still going to make my life hell until I actually go off with my cats. I got this. I ordered this from overseas. Let me put it on so I can do my eyebrows. Oh my goodness. What do you think of this weird contraction? Look what it's doing to my forehead. Oh my gosh, this thing is so tight. Did you see that? Look how it makes the bangs pop out in my forehead. Oh my gosh. I'm getting this off in a minute. I don't trust it. Look at that. See, they're coming back up again. Ugh. So I'm going to use my e.l.f. eyebrow kit here, my little tiny e.l.f. eyebrow kit, really quick. Because I got to get this off of my head. I don't trust it. I think if I use it again, I'm going to just hold the contraption up to my eyes rather than put it around my head. Because it's making my veins pop out. It's so tight. It's scary. Okay, just a second here. Let me fill them in. It is convenient. I will give it that. Look at that. Makes it really quick to just go on and paint on that brow. Wow. Yep, this is convenient. I got this from Wish. You know, Wish has all kinds of neat contraptions. Okay, hold on just a moment. Now, what I like about this is it's got my eyebrows. It looks to be at a pretty, not really even level. No, I don't think that's even. I think I'm going to fix this. Yeah, it's not right. Painting on some eyebrows. Not a complete paint because I'm going to go back and feather them up and, you know, make them look more normal. But I'm trying to get the shape just right again. The contraption wasn't bad, I got to tell you. I think I would use it again. But what I would do next time, instead of holding it up, putting this tight thing around my face, is just hold it up like that. Yeah, that would be see? That looks good. Yeah, it works that way. So hold tight while I get my eyebrows together here. So yes, my neighbor got my cat put in kitty cat jail. So she was in jail, my little Barbie, who you've actually seen before on the videos. And I had to bail her out yesterday. Let's see, it normally would have cost me $70 to bail her out. But because I volunteer at Animal Services and Humane Society, they actually gave me $50 off the cost of it. So I didn't have to pay any administrative fees. Instead, I just paid to update her shots. And I had to go to the Hollywood feed store and buy her a little collar with her name on it on the front. And then on the back is my name and number so that if she gets lost again, they can call me. She's been an indoor cat, so I didn't have a tag for her. I give her the drops on the back of her neck. And she just freaked out. She went out on the porch, and the garbage people were taking someone's sofa. And they dropped it. That's what they do. They'll drop the sofa, break it up, and then put it on the back of the big truck. She heard that. She freaked out. She ran across in the neighbor's yard and made the mistake of pooping. Yeah, she pooped. So, you know, of course, the neighbor gets mad, freaks out. The neighbor is my dad's cousin, but you think that matters? She's in her 80s, but she's always been jealous of me for some reason. She doesn't like me. She likes my brothers, but not me. So I don't know. It could be all related to the fact of, as I mentioned to you, I found my long lost brothers. And maybe it's because she knows I'm not her actual blood relative, which is great because my boss actually saw her because she is a retired teacher and some teachers are hell. You know that. Not all, but a few are. And when he saw her, and they were at the teachers' credit union, and she was in line, and there was this one poor teller, just a girl in her 20s, and she was by herself. They left her up front, and this woman lit into her like it was all her fault, just lit into her because she had to wait in line. And so my boss called her a few choice words, one of which starts with a B and ends with a H, and made fun of her hair texture. Let's just say NHB. That's what he called her. And that was a lot coming from my boss, who was an African American man and normally doesn't talk like that. And he said to me, I don't believe you guys are really cousins. Tell me that woman cannot be part of your same stock. So maybe he was right about that. Anyway, let me finish my brows so we can get on with our tutorial. I did get my kitty back, but I had to pay. But they gave me, like I said, a $50 markdown because I volunteer for the Humane Society and Animal Services. So I ended up paying $30. Well, actually less, because I had change. I wrapped $3 in change together, and she took that back. She said, oh, I don't want your change. So I ended up paying $27 in cash. And no, I'm sorry. Ooh, I'm wrong. It was $17 in cash. Because they only charged me $20 for the shots and ended up only charging me $17. And then I had to get her collar at Hollywood Feed, and it was only $9.99 plus tax. Yay! So she's back home, but I got to keep her in. I got to train her to not freak out. Okay, babies, I used the Elf Eyebrow Kit to get these huge eyebrows on, but now what we must do is scale them down a little bit. Because they're a bit large and in charge now. A little bit too much in charge. So I'm going to use my L'Oreal Brow Stylist here to shape them down a little bit. Take them down just a notch. There we go. Yeah. I just wanted to clean them up. Oops, it broke. Okay, just a moment. Well, I broke my concealer, so I'm using my Santee concealer. This is in a medium color. And as you can see, it's actually even stronger. It does a good job. So no worries. This is actually one of my favorite ones. It's not a big, high, well-known brand, but it really does do the trick with cleaning them up real quick. And another one that I use that I get at the beauty supply store is this Black Peach HD concealer. And this is just a yellow corrector. And all I'm going to do with the yellow corrector is just put it right here under my eyes. Because I haven't been getting a lot of sleep lately. I guess it's just everything that's been going on. It's a lot for a girl to take. So sleep kind of hasn't been the biggest priority right now. But let me go on and blend these in. And I'm going to focus in on my eyes. So right now, the products I'm using my multi-purpose foundation stick in Marrakesh. I'm using my number 13 Juvia's Place concealer. I just put these on my face, and I'm using this foundation brush to blend them in. As you can see, it's covering up a lot of that concealer. It is a very good color match for me. And I have a couple of additional items that I'm going to put on here before I get ready for our eye makeup and other makeup. I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild concealer that I have here in dark chestnut. I got this at the Dollar Tree. And this is a photo focus. I have the Cover All powder by Wet n Wild. This one is in a light shade, which I have light and tan, but I'm going to use it for under the eye. And this LA Girl Pro Concealer mixed with my own special proprietary blend. Ooh, see right here, I just mixed this together. I have my own banana powder that I mixed together. Hold on for me. Now, beautiful people, some highlight and contour with that dark chestnut Wet n Wild. I'm also using this Flesh Cosmetics here. This is in the shade Cafe. I have that on my forehead and cheeks. And then I'm using a little of this black pink in the middle between my nose for the highlight. And I will blend that in. With my foundation brush. I also have the Flesh Cosmetics stick in Cafe as well. I don't think I'll need to use that though. It looks like this is going to be more than enough. And now I have my own custom powder. Look at this big pack of it. This is a custom banana powder. Huge amount that I mixed together myself. I have my e.l.f. booster. And I have my LA Girls Pro powder. I'm going to mix them together. I do a kind of concoction. And I'll be putting that under my eye and putting on the rest of my powder, which I believe I'll use my baking powder all over my face today, along with, I'm going to also use a one that I have by, I showed you a minute ago, the light powder. Here it is, by Wet n Wild, under the eye to seal it in a little bit. Hold tight. Now I put my own proprietary baking powder, banana powder, and a shifter. And I'm lightly dusting that all over my face. See, now everything's blended together. It's a very light banana powder. It's not dark, but that's because the dark yellow one really shows up on me. It doesn't look that great. So I have to have a light banana powder. Okay. So for my powder, I use my Japanese powder brush. And those of you who are familiar with Japanese know how great they are. Now I'm going to use my Isaac Mizrahi brushes to put on blush and highlighter. Let's use the Safari blush. This is by Juvia's Place. I'm taking the little protective coat off. I'm going to take my e.l.f. bronzing brush here and dip into Neo for a moment. And just rub that in. It's very pigmented. This is very pigmented blush. So it only takes a tiny little bit, depending on your complexion, to get really good results. Now I'm going to go into Nyla and Zara. Lila. And I'm using the same brush I used for the powder, just to diffuse this a little bit. And I'm going in Zara right above Lila. See, it gives me a little highlighting effect right away before I actually highlight. Let's go with some Revolution Pre-Line blush. I'm going to use that. And I think I'm also going to use this other little palette I have. It's a highlighter palette by Kisses, Hugs and Kisses. XOXO. And this one from Ulta, which is a mineral as well. So let's go on and put those on and see how that looks. Here we see the gleamy highlights. It's just enough glow, not too much. Not like 2017. I'm going to move on to eyes. This is going to be Juvia's Place. This is the Nubian Glow palette, which you probably saw around Christmas on sale. I also happen to have this Saharan, which, you know, it's beautiful. These both complement each other. They have a lot of pretty shimmery golds in them. And in addition to these, I believe I'm going to use my Mercury Retrograde palette as well to go with it. Let's see here.